And, some people say deservedly so, because he cheated. He had a beautiful family, and he cheated and lost his family.
Yeah, Karen and Wendy, they say this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are a list of allegations listed in this 39-count indictment. Now,
Shirley Strawberry's life is spiraling out of control. The beloved co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show is officially bankrupt and was forced to move from her lavish mansion to a humble rented apartment, all thanks to her ex-criminal husband, Ernesto Williams. But wait until you hear this. Shirley is claiming that she was a victim all along.
Been married 8 years. You've been to jail, 3 times in 8 years?
For 6 years, she endured unimaginable abuse and manipulation at the hands of Ernesto, who scammed her and left her penniless. Now, she's ready to expose every dark secret of their disastrous marriage. From shocking affairs to stolen identities, Shirley is holding nothing back. Get ready for the jaw-dropping revelations that will leave you stunned.
Move on. And it's nothing wrong with that, because that is life. You have to move on. That's how we learn. We make mistakes, we move on.
Shirley Strawberry, a renowned radio personality, actress, and author, has been an integral part of the Steve Harvey Morning Show since its inception in 2000. Born in Chicago, Illinois, Shirley's journey in the entertainment industry began long before she became a household name. Her early years in local radio stations paved the way for her eventual rise to fame alongside Steve Harvey. Her relatability, combined with her candid and often humorous takes on life's challenges, quickly endeared her to a vast audience. She wasn't just a voice on the radio. She became a confidant and advisor to many, especially through her Strawberry Letter segment where she addressed listeners' personal issues. In 2013, Shirley's life took a seemingly positive turn when she met Ernesto Williams. The charming and seemingly successful businessman swept her off her feet. By 2015, their whirlwind romance culminated in a heartfelt proposal on air, with Ernesto professing his love in a gesture that captivated listeners.
For those of you that's listening, a man is walking in the room right now.
They married that same year, with Shirley's colleague and friend, Steve Harvey, walking her down the aisle. It was a fairy tale, or so it seemed.
I have an affidavit. His wife is a person of some public notoriety.
Interestingly enough, beneath the surface of their picture, perfect marriage, a darker reality was brewing. Ernesto, who presented himself as a successful entrepreneur and owner of Ernesto Cuts, a popular men's grooming business, was hiding a web of deceit. As the story unfolds, it becomes evident that his charming facade was a mask for his fraudulent activities.
$1 million fraud scheme and a lot of victims. This all happened through an alleged growth and coaching business.
In a shocking twist, just last year, Ernesto and his accomplice, Erica King, were arrested in a high-profile fraud case. The charges were staggering. Ernesto had not only been scamming Shirley, but also numerous other victims, primarily women, out of over $750,000.
Well, more than a dozen people scammed out of $1 million. 2 people have been arrested on a number of fraud charges.
He used Shirley's celebrity status to gain their trust, promising to help them grow their businesses and achieve their dreams, only to swindle them out of their money and possessions. This leads us to the question, how could someone so close to Shirley deceive her for so long?
People paid good money for their services, but walked away with nothing. Police say it was all a scam.
The details of Ernesto's crimes are chilling. He was indicted on 39 counts of fraud, ranging from grand theft to forgery. He manipulated his victims, promising new business ventures and using romantic entanglements to further his schemes.
Use those relationships to take money, vehicles, vehicle trailers, RVs, and other property from them.
The realization that Ernesto had even recruited co-conspirators like Erica King to pose as legal professionals and deceive law enforcement added another layer to the already complex case. What no one expected was the extent of Ernesto's betrayal. Not only was he defrauding people financially, but he was also living a double life. Shirley discovered that Ernesto had multiple affairs, including with women he impregnated. The leaked phone calls between Ernesto and his mistresses, as well as between Ernesto and Shirley, painted a picture of a man who was both ruthless and manipulative.
Was married at the time that he married Shirley Strawberry.
In one call, Shirley's fears about Steve Harvey's wife, Marjorie, came to light, revealing tensions and insecurities that Ernesto exploited. As the trial progressed, more shocking details emerged. Ernesto's fraudulent marriage to Shirley was just another scheme to enhance his credibility. He had been married to another woman when he proposed to Shirley, making their union legally invalid. This revelation shattered Shirley, who had genuinely believed in their marriage. The court documents also revealed that Ernesto and King had been running their schemes for over a decade, with victims spread across multiple states.
Tending to be a legitimate businessman, but he was stealing from people United States currency, vehicles, and really just taking advantage of people.
The fallout from Ernesto's arrest was immediate and devastating for Shirley. She filed for divorce in April 2022, though court records show they had been separated since March of that year. The emotional and financial toll on Shirley was immense. She went from living in a luxurious mansion to a modest apartment, stripped of her possessions, and left to rebuild her life from scratch. Her bankruptcy was a public affair, adding to her humiliation. As Shirley's financial collapse unfolded, the extent of Ernesto's deception became painfully clear. Not only had he scammed her emotionally, but he had also wreaked havoc on her finances. According to insiders, Ernesto had been siphoning money from Shirley for years, using her name and credit to amass luxury items and properties without her knowledge. In one of the most shocking turns, it was revealed that Ernesto even used her identity to secure loans and credit cards, leaving her with mountains of debt.
I'm not rich.
No, I didn't say that. You should be able to go get you some shoes now.
Interestingly enough, as the authorities began to unravel Ernesto's financial web, they seized numerous assets, including Shirley's truck and her $200,000 wedding ring. These items were repossessed to help pay restitution to Ernesto's victims. Shirley was completely blindsided. She had no idea the extent of Ernesto's schemes. It was like living in a nightmare.
I haven't gone to the mall to get some shoes or ordered them or anything, but I don't know if I can because I'm running out of money.
In a recorded phone call between Shirley and Ernesto, the depth of her shock and betrayal is palpable. "What truck?" Ernesto asked, to which Shirley responded incredulously. "What do you mean, what truck? They took my truck to pay for your crimes?" This conversation highlights the surreal nature of the situation, with Shirley struggling to comprehend the full extent of the deceit she'd been subjected to. As the story unfolds, it becomes clear that Ernesto's actions were not just about financial gain. His multiple affairs, including with women he had impregnated, were another layer of betrayal. Shirley discovered these infidelities through the efforts of a private investigator who uncovered a series of shocking details about Ernesto's double life. Could it be that Ernesto's entire relationship with Shirley was a carefully constructed facade to further his criminal endeavors?
That Ernesto Williams is a con man.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis spoke exclusively with Channel 2 about her decision to seek charges under the Georgia racketeer.
This leads us to the question, how did Shirley remain unaware of Ernesto's deceit for so long? The emotional manipulation she endured played a significant role. One insider revealed Ernesto was a master manipulator. He used Shirley's insecurities and fears against her, ensuring she never questioned his actions. This manipulation extended to their social circle, with Ernesto often presenting himself as a loving and devoted husband, further solidifying his deceitful image. What no one expected was the rapid unraveling of Ernesto's schemes. The charges against him were a shock not just to Shirley, but to everyone who knew them. The legal proceedings revealed a pattern of behavior that spanned over a decade, involving numerous victims across multiple states. Ernesto's ability to maintain his double life for so long is a testament to his manipulative prowess.
Let me say this, that wasn't funny.
In a shocking twist, Shirley is now gearing up for a tell-all interview to dispel the myths surrounding her involvement in Ernesto's crimes. She wants to set the record straight, making it clear that she was as much a victim as the others he scammed. "I was living in a lie for 10 years, she stated in a leaked preview of the interview. "He used me, my name, and my reputation to commit these heinous acts. I had no idea what was really going on." Shirley's upcoming interview promises to be a bombshell, shedding light on the darkest aspects of her marriage to Ernesto. She aims to share her side of the story, revealing the emotional and financial abuse she endured and how she plans to rebuild her life. As she prepares to face the public, the question remains, will this interview finally bring her the closure she desperately seeks, or will it open new wounds?
All right, Steve, I'm going to just start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail.
Despite her financial ruin, Shirley Strawberry's troubles didn't end with the revelation of Ernesto's betrayal. The leaked phone calls where she disparaged Steve Harvey and his wife, Marjorie, have only deepened the scandal. What began as a private conversation quickly spiraled into a public fiasco, further isolating Shirley from her support network. Interestingly enough, Steve Harvey took the high road, addressing the controversy with remarkable grace. "Let me say this to you, Shirley. We have known about this right after it happened," Steve commented. "But we can't get in nobody's marriage like, 'Girl, what are you doing? What are you feeling?' But we didn't want to talk about it." His response, emphasizing forgiveness and restraint in the face of a social media-driven world eager to tear people down, showed his commitment to their long-standing friendship. Shirley has publicly apologized, attempting to mend the rift caused by her comments. "Steve, I'm going to start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail," she explained. On those calls, you hear me saying that you were winded going up the stairs at your home and that Marjorie looks at us as the help. Right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie. Her heartfelt apology was a step towards reconciliation, but the damage to her reputation and relationships was done. As the year progresses, Shirley faces the monumental task of rebuilding her life and career. The fallout from her husband's fraud and her own missteps has left her isolated. Fans who once saw her as a trusted advisor now question her judgment. Friends in the industry are wary, wondering if her next move might involve them in some scandal. Shirley must navigate this treacherous landscape with care, proving that she can rise above the chaos.
If you have had any dealings with King or Williams, call police.
As Shirley Strawberry attempts to rebuild her life amidst the wreckage of scandal and betrayal, the question remains, can she regain the trust of her fans and colleagues, or has the damage done by Ernesto and her own missteps left an indelible mark? What do you think will Shirley's tell? All interview be enough to clear her name, or will it only deepen the controversy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time,